Twin City Used Cars, 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama, 256-844-2210. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6. Owner Bobby Ledbetter encourages you to come take advantage of his over 30 years of experience in buying and selling amazing vehicles. Incredible inventory, honesty, fairness, reliability. Hey, that's just what you get at Twin City Used Cars. Integrity is a way of life for Bobby Ledbetter in Twin City Used Cars. Check them out on Facebook at Twin City Used Car Sales, the exclusive used car dealership of Kapow Media, Twin City Used Cars.
With over 80 flavors of extra virgin olive oil and balsamics, we know that shopping with us can be a little overwhelming. That's why we take the time to get to know our customers. We get to know their likes, their dislikes, what they like to cook, and what they like to eat. We also get to know their health problems. Knowing our customers allows us to help find the perfect flavors. So what are you waiting for? Come and visit us at 534 Broad Street in downtown Gadsden so we can get to know you.
Trent Thrasher Construction. From idea to completion, we manage it all. At Trent Thrasher Construction, we create spaces big enough to hold your dreams. We believe in the nobility of hard work. That's what sets us apart. We take pride in everything that we do. There are lots of companies out there that can build your project, but at Trent Thrasher Construction, we don't just build, we create, innovate, collaborate, and take absolute pride in every single project we do. Trent Thrasher Construction. We're here for you.
Pierce & Pierce, Attorneys at Law, 256-455-0984. Let attorneys Kyle and Beth Pierce take the worry away. They specialize in criminal defense, appeals, probate, family, divorce, wills and trust, real estate, and property. They are only one call away. 256-455-0984. Attorneys Kyle and Beth Pierce. We are in this together. Little Burton's, 4755 Alabama 179 in Boaz, Aurora community. This is your one-stop shop from freshly cut meats and steaks, breakfast sandwiches, to famous Hunt Brothers Pizza. Hey, you can fill up your tank and enjoy a freshly brewed cup of hot coffee. Let owner Jamie Grant and his staff give you the customer service that you expect and the old-time Southern hospitality you deserve. Little Burton's. Etowah County Tip Line, 256-543-2893. Etowah County Sheriff Jonathan Horton understands it takes everyone's involvement to keep Etowah County safe. If you see it, report it. 256-543-2893 or use the free app, the Etowah County Tip Line.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Kapow. Jeff Underwood, J.Do. White. What's up, buddy?
You know, I'm just pretending that I'm Teddy Whitmire. I'm keeping my team in workouts later than everybody else. I don't care what you're coaching.
Dang.
This is my Teddy Whitmire.
I'm taking digs already.
That's cold-blooded, man.
Man, look who we got today. Coach Alaric Williams, welcome.
What's up, man?
Man, this has been a long time in the making. Appreciate you taking the time away. I know them babies are missing you. Sorry, Teddy.
I'll tell you, we went to school at Coosa because that's where you coach at and teach. But what was it? About 3 months ago, it was right. And man, watching you have these kids follow you across this parking lot.
Oh yeah,
it was like little ducklings.
It was in the row. Yeah,
it was the coolest thing. But the entire time, it was like he was doing an agility drill because you walked backwards the entire time. And we're talking hundreds of feet.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
and those kids love you. the football players love you, but these babies, man,
I actually did the math on that, and from the back of the elementary school to the front of the gymnasium, I walk that at least 9 times a day, and it equals up to be like 1.2 miles. So I get my steps in for sure.
Backward steps. That counts doubles, doesn't it? Doesn't it count double? Yeah. So let's take it back. Let's talk about a little recap from the football season, right? It was not the ending we wanted. Very, very close. For sure. I know you took a lot of that very personal.
I did, but I think we took a step forward, right?
No question.
We made it to the semis, had that heartbreak of the loss, the first year, my first year, ever getting the opportunity to do the thing, and call plays, it's a big role, so. But like I said, we took a step forward this year. We didn't have the outcome we wanted, and Coach O'Brien, and Coach Whitmire, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, the day before yesterday. I can't remember which day it was, but I think we played good enough in 2 phases of the game, and just not the third phase. And that third phase being special teams. And we were dominant all year in special teams. If you think about it, our special teams is where we beat teams. That's right. Exactly right. Yeah. How many turnovers did we create? On special teams? Insane. Yeah. So we. I think that phase right there hurt us. Not getting the icing on the top that we wanted. So, but hey, think.
Coach O, man.
I mean, you read what he says.
He says he appreciates you so very much for allowing him to watch your beautiful class.
Okay, and then flip that, make it say the opposite.
I don't even want to.
So I'll be honest with you, from a broadcaster standpoint, there's a few things that frustrate me during the season, calling games, and we're all family. We're talking real. How many times are we offsides on the kickoff?
That's a good bit, But I think that goes back to them guys hustling.
Oh no, this
for sure.
No question.
That dude busted it down that field.
So my whole point. Hey, let's just line him back 10 yards further and let him go. Right.
Well, as fast and as athletic as what you were saying.
Yeah.
In Tuscaloosa, as fast as these guys are on kickoff on special team, don't move till the ball's kicked.
Right. Right.
But they're causing fumbles. They're causing
it was incredible, no doubt.
And the refs, they're going to let a lot of that slip.
And they did.
I'm telling you, you got to let some of those slip because it's the guys practice that so much, and it's timing. You just got to get the timing down pat. And what if the kicker's time is not down pat? So that can mess things up.
Nobody wanted to get down there like Dupree. That brother was.
Not telling them every time on the sideline, hey, 3 stickers right here, 3 stickers right here, go get it, And those things motivate those guys, And
oh my God! So
they take pride in that. So.
You had some dogs, right?
For sure.
You also had a lot of progress from week 1 to week 15, offensively. And people who really don't understand the game, it takes time to first the players understand their position. Then there's actually gelling as a group, and there's understanding everyone, trusting everyone. Then as coaches too, you guys are calling plays. It's a new staff, right, in some degree, and you have to know, what does my quarterback do well?
Right.
What does this receiver? Then your job is to put our guys in the best possible position to do well, and trust the offensive line. Who your offensive line coach is a dog.
He's a dog.
Yeah,
really
no question.
Really good.
But talk about that let's start at the quarterback position. Work it from game 1 to game 15.
Well, John David, everybody knows him. Dude's a great dude. Great dude.
Sunshine.
I'm not talking about football player, baseball player. He's a great athlete, but he's a great person. He's going to be a great dad, great husband one day. You know what I mean? It's every year you got to restart with him because he's a great baseball player and he's a pitcher.
Yeah.
And he goes and he does a great job on the mound. And to get him out, you got to get him out of those bad habits every year. Because there's some things that translate over that's really good. Some things that's really, really bad. Though. And, I think some things mess up his accuracy and his timing of things. And, so we have to work really hard in the summer. We don't get those guys until most time late May because they're going deep now.
No spring ball because
they're spring ball. So we're not getting I'm not getting the You know,
what's his strength as a quarterback? What is John Davis' strength?
I'd say his field awareness, just him being, you know, in control of things. Mm-hmm. You know, he's very aware of what's going on the field. He's a very bright kid. I'm sure if you look at his GPA, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's
he gets that from his mama. There's no doubt.
Definitely not Jack.
Definitely
not Jack. But that, and I'd say he does a good job of looking off safeties, and Coach Whitmire tell you that, man, in practice.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, he can look you off, you know, and he does a really good job of doing that. And I'd say those two things are his biggest strengths, you know. What we got to do a better job at is reading second to third level and being able to, you know, to not just be a one-dimensional quarterback, right? You know, you want to be able to scan the whole entire field. Yeah,
that's a tough.
And it is tough, you know. But we got to be able to throw. We have the athletes now at the receiver position when we can hit you deep now. You know what I mean? We can. We have the athletes to do that. We have the athletes to run those type concepts.
Well, I think your offense developed. I think your wide receiver staff developed. At the end of the season, you have some young people stepping in a little different role, wide receiver wise. Yeah. Had some injuries. I mean, what could you have done with a Cannon Wilson healthy all year long and get everybody back on the field without suspensions or whatever that crap was? Actually, having your team to jail could be pretty special.
Yeah.
And I know running backs, you are one. Very special to you. Yeah. So let's talk about your running back group a little bit.
Yeah, running back group. I mean,
going forward.
Yeah, going forward. Let's say, 'cause we start with Josh Hester. Dude, he was a dude.
He's a linebacker playing running back.
Yeah, I was watching film just yesterday, and that dude's a dude. I didn't, you know, when you're in season, you don't realize things. You know the things that you do whenever you're out of season. Me and Coach O'Brien were talking about that the other day as well. But Cannon Wilson, man, I couldn't be more proud of a guy last year of seeing him the way he comes in week one and just, you know, his attitude. And, you know, it's not something that you would want to hear over, you know, live, you know, right now. But that dude, I'm talking about night and day, flips it and turns it around. And who he was at the beginning of the season versus who he was at the end of the season, it would shock you guys, man. You know, it's like turning a non-believer into a believer. You know what I mean? It's a big deal, you know, and that's how I would look at that. Like that dude, I mean, that flip switched and he turned it on.
Well, there's also some culture, right? We talk about this. You coming from a certain culture, and we won't name the schools, but right, there's certain cultures that there's no culture like Coosa.
Oh yeah, I agree.
No coach.
It's different. It's different. Man. And I'm not being biased here, man. No. I'm telling you, it's different.
People need to experience it.
It's different, man. You know, it's. And I've seen some different places, you know. I've been to a bunch of different places, and I'm not talking coaching wise or anything, but just to visit schools, you know. When I was working for East Gadsden, and Coosa's different. It really is. Just the culture here, you know. We get to do things that a lot of public schools don't get to do, you know. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat on that, you know. Talking about God's a big deal. It's a big deal. Being able to have it. Having the privilege to do that is awesome. It's huge, and you get to really work in these kids' life. You know, not from just a physical and mental, you know, aspect of it, but a spiritual aspect of it is huge, man. And that gets down deep in your soul right there. You know what I mean? That's what makes you a really good player. Because
he said he wasn't gonna preach.
I'm not trying to preach, guys. So, I ain't no preacher. You know?
How do you? I think there's some preaching.
Yeah,
we watched you, and he's been around you a long time. But you're talking about culture. When you go into a place or you have teams that visit you guys, right? Really, you're 14-1 this past year, right?
Yeah.
We know it. Everybody else knows it. If you can coach whatever school you're at, and I'm gonna say this here. Whatever school you're at, if you're a coach your kids. Don't be mad because somebody else goes here. These guys coach their kids. I've watched them coach. They just love on these kids. Now, when you go to a place where someone comes in and they scream because you're knocking people's freaking heads off, right? I mean, you're flying to the ball. Your kids are intense. And then when they knock your head off, they're picking you back up and patting you on the rear end, telling you, let's get after it again. But then they're screaming, and we've heard it. If we heard it once, we heard it 30 times I thought you guys were Christians. How do you teach your guys, your young men, to respond to adversity such as that type of adversity? And there's a lot more, but just that one for example.
Well, we have a really great team chaplain. And I know Scott. Right?
Yeah.
Dude's fiery now. He's fiery now, I'm telling you. And I love the way he preaches.
Is he coaching soccer? Or helping with soccer?
He's helping with it. He's kind of passed it down,
I saw him on the practice field yesterday.
Yeah, he's
or the other day.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of like,
Okay. I didn't know what
overseeing. He's kind of let Caesar do. He's take the big role in that. But I would say, you look at guys and you look at the men in the Bible, right? And you look at guys like Samson. You look at guys like Peter. You know what I mean? Guys who had to stand strong on faith and things. Like you look at guys. I mean, like that. Those dudes. They were dudes. Mm-hmm. They were dudes. Now, mm-hmm. and not everybody looked at them like. Hey man, this dude's just an awesome guy, blah blah blah. No man, he was a scary dude, man. He's a scary dude. Samson was a scary dude, I bet.
Yeah, sure.
He was a freaking man.
No question.
David.
Yeah, for
David.
Sure.
I bet that dude was a man.
I mean, he wrestled bears and killed them.
He was,
with his bare hands.
Wasn't no Pilates going on.
We like to talk about these men in the Bible like they're weak men.
Right.
Because they're Christian.
They're not weak men. Just because you're a follower of God makes you weak? No.
Just the opposite.
So the Lord calls us to be great, right?
It is, yeah. So
to be great.
If you're teaching these young men how to be men, you mentioned that John David is going to be a great dad, a great husband.
He is.
That goes deeper. Now, he, with an exception, I mean, he has great parents, okay? But you got kids sometimes that are coming in now. Kusa's growing exponentially. Yeah. We're seeing kids from all walks of life come in that maybe have moms or don't have moms, or being raised by a granddad or being raised by an aunt or something. And that may not translate off the field for them, but when they come in, these guys are being taught how to be, they're educated first, right? Or taught about Jesus,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
And how to be righteous, upright, but also how to be who you really are. There's two genders, there's male and female, and you're teaching these men it's okay to fight. You're playing football. Why else we're going to have a football team if you're not to knock somebody's head off? But it just bothers me. People standing at the bus are standing close to the bus, and these young men are walking back from doing their job.
Oh, I know.
And they're being screamed at and yelled at. And I just think it says a lot for me as a fan first, as a father and a granddad, to be able to say to you, thanks, because you guys are causing these young men to hold it together. Because I've been on some teams, and you've been on some teams. Them boys, they're out of pads. They're coming after dad, discussing it, right? Yeah. And your young men walking with their head held high and just going to fight another day.
Well, I mean, those our guys are mature. They really are. Y'all been around them. Y'all been around them a lot. Y'all know how they are. We got some mature kids.
We love the fact that some of your hardest hitting players, I mean, most aggressive. Think of Zayden Franklin, right?
Oh man,
dude's always helping somebody out. Radley, right? He's going to earhole you. He's going to help you out, right? You got some people like Cleve.
Like we got some big guys. They can get a little messy though.
Hear the whistle.
Sometimes I don't hear the whistle.
It's the echo of the whistle, right? That's where. Yeah. But you're homeland, and not to put your business out there, but you know what it's like to be these kids, right? Your home situation has been different. Yeah. You've been loved by so many families, and you understand when you're talking to these kids, you've been there. Yeah. You play at the highest level. Yeah. You're an NFL guy, right? You should be in the league,
right? Yeah, man, don't get it wrong now. Like I can sit here and talk about the Lord all day, but I'm new to this. I'm 100% new to this. I wouldn't say a babe in Christ, right? I'm a little bit above that right now, that stage. But I'm definitely new to this, and people don't talk about. I'm glad we're talking about this. Okay, I'm not preaching. Okay, but people do not talk about how hard it is to pick up your cross and to die to your flesh every single day.
Ooh. But we ain't preaching.
Nobody talks about that, man. Mm-hmm. And just because you're saved and a believer, man, you still got to do that every single day. You're blessed enough to wake up and live another day. Yeah, you have to do, and it's tough. It's tough to die to your flesh every single day.
It is.
You got Coach Philip O'Brien saying go A-Train. Mark O'Brien, we'll skip past him. You got Coach Philip Peart. Alex Hudson said, "What's up, A?" You got a lot of people watching. I heard this one. Dwayne East. That's a dude that.
Behind the scenes, does a lot.
Yeah, but his spirit, man, there's a loving,
That
gentle spirit. He is a daddy.
He's a great man.
Right, he's just a great man, and the world needs more people like him. His family dynamic.
Awesome.
Dylan, Joseph, what's Joseph's sister's name?
Elena.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Two great
Awesome.
people.
That
And
family.
you were talking about running backs earlier, and I was going to mention just, that guy.
He don't even know the game yet.
That guy.
I'm screaming. I don't even know offense, and I'm screaming. He needs to be running the ball.
Just give it to him.
Trust me, I'll go back and watch the lives. Trust me.
We'll be talking.
And sometimes it's subliminal. We put it in there
I
because we know
understand.
it.
I get it.
Oh my God.
Coley's watching.
He's a great running back, man.
Oh, man.
Talk about his development coming in. He's from just talk from top to bottom where he's from, and how great of a story that is.
Well, he's from Togo, I want to say. Where is that?
Africa.
somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah.
I had no idea, right?
Yeah.
You know, but that dude, I mean, he is so special. He is so special. To watch it and to watch how hard he works. He works so hard, and I mean, he just cherishes life the way he's supposed to. He gets it. Like he understands life. He gets it, and all the little things, man. And he changed. He's changed my perspective on some things. Just watching him, to be honest with you. Like there was one day 2 weeks ago. He had just finished soccer practice. He's in the weight room. He come in, did a little workout. Dude's sitting there running laps around the gym building at 7:30, and Jennifer is like in the car riding around trying to stop him, and he just keeps on going, man. And that dude is just like he gets it, and he wants to be great, man. He really does. And his sister's the same way.
We got to interview her.
Yeah.
Dwayne brought her over at Victory Christian Game, maybe.
That's right.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw her smile 30 yards before we
yeah.
saw her, man.
Yeah.
She's just happy and smiling, and what a great fun. We remember Joseph was after practice. He's out there picking up trash.
That's right. It was.
Cleaning the stadium.
Yeah.
Dude is just...
Yeah. I mean, on a Saturday morning.
That's crazy.
Saturday morning.
And nothing be taken away from Dylan.
No, man.
I mean, he's really quiet. Or maybe he just don't like me. I don't think Dylan
He
likes
does
me.
not
bro.
like
he,
you.
he doesn't like me.
He stood in this room, in this studio, and stared at
me
you.
mugged me the whole
Man, it was the
time.
greatest thing ever.
He don't like me.
He would not break character either. Jared tried to get him to laugh. He wouldn't move.
He, at the end, he smirked a little bit.
He's got a different personality. Okay,
I make one man bun joke, and the dude's upset with me.
he's got a different personality. He's a sitter, man. You know,
They're different, man.
They're bright. They're bright though. They're always smart.
Gotta
Sitters
be.
are always super smart, book smart.
So Teddy says you're his much uglier brother.
That is my brother from another mother for sure. That's my guy.
Let's transition to defense and Teddy. When you look at offensive staffs, Coach O'Brien has done a great job of letting coaches coach. He hadn't always been that way, right? He wanted every aspect of every detail was him. It's his way, and everybody else just carrying hats, right?
Yeah.
But he's developed.
Yeah.
He's a great head coach, great man of God, right? We love Mark O'Brien. That's my brother for a long time. But the fact he's assembled a staff of people you can trust your kids with, you can trust your wife with, you can trust your finances with. Truly good people. And I'm going to focus just on, no disrespect to the other coaches, on the OC and DC. That's got to be an extension of your coach. So I'm looking around across the state, even college, right? Mm-hmm. And the most successful teams has very good OC, very good DC, right? You and Teddy have something special.
Yeah.
Not that you guys don't have different perspectives, but I think the different perspectives is what makes you guys very good, because you guys can be heated and have different concepts and different things. You love to train kids too. Right. You train kids differently than Teddy does. Teddy, other than Lauren Landau, who is the new strength and conditioning coach for Notre Dame, right? He has his own in Denver. He has his own facility that he trains NFL guys. He trains Olympians. He gave up that to come be the coach at Notre Dame, the strength coach.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, this is his first year. Other than Lauren Landau, give me Teddy Whitmire. And I mean that wholeheartedly, not because, look, when I first met Teddy at practice, right, I don't know Teddy. I don't know him at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude's a douche. All right. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Spending a few minutes with him. and how he makes you feel important when you talk with him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like he truly cares about what you're saying.
Yeah.
And now growing my relationship with Teddy, having to get to sit down and actually talk football with Teddy and talk some life with Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fight you for Teddy.
No, same.
Good dude, man.
Yeah.
We've known, I had to talk to no, Teddy's good, man.
Well,
Because you get to
you
be
sold
around
me a bill
practice.
of goods, and I thought, really? And then 3 weeks later, he comes back and goes, man, that dude is awesome. So
Because
and he is, though.
Because
watch.
you weren't able to be at practice a lot,
No,
right?
no,
During some
my
of those
kid
things.
plays ball.
Yeah.
That was my first impression of him too. I had that same first impression because I came to who were they playing? It was Gaston? Gaston, I think. It was his first game. He came, I think, game 2 that year or something like that. Game 2, game 3.
Yeah.
And I was just coming to watch, right? I was just coming to support O and Cleat and, and them guys, because I came by that summer. O introduced me to him and whatnot, and so I was like, I'll come watch you guys. And it's Teddy's first game with him. Well, you know how he is on the sideline. Everybody knows how that. Yeah, I mean, everybody notices Teddy on the sideline.
Yeah.
The dude's jumping up and down, hollering, doing what he does. Doing what he does best. Actually, let me correct myself. Doing what he does best. And there was someone on our sideline, and they kept yanking on him. And he ain't got tired of it. It's about they did it about 4 or 5 times. I'm not gonna say who, okay, right? But he yanked on him, and it was about the 3rd or 4th time. Teddy looks back. And he goes, if you touch me one more time, and the rest is history, right? You know what I mean? And I was like, who is this guy? So I went up to Coach O at halftime, and I'm like, man, who is this guy? Like, who is this defensive guy you got? I was like, so he about to get into it on the sideline. He ain't about to have him after the game. But the dude, but you're right, man. And our relationship, man, is so big, and it goes beyond football.
Yeah.
Like you said, I can talk to this dude about everything. I talk to him about, everything, my relationship life, everything,
Yeah.
Like, we talk about, our spiritual life, everything. Like, when I'm down in the dumps, I know I can call Coach Whitmire, and I know, hey, Teddy, man, hey, I'm going through this, man. You know what I mean? Okay. That's awesome. Hey, this is how I would tackle Alaric. You know what I mean? Pray. I'm gonna pray for you. Let's
That's a great game plan.
Stand strong. You know what I mean? And we lean on each other like that. We really do.
Got to.
And he leans on me sometimes. And he'll tell you. He'll be like, man, he'll be like, Alaric, you know the word more than I do. You know what I mean? But we really do lean on each other, and it's iron sharpens iron. It's just like what's in the weight room.
Yeah.
It's really good, dude. And but on the field, like y'all seen us in the summer, it gets a little crazy. It gets a little heated.
Awesome.
It gets a little heated.
I love when you yell at O. When he yells at O, it's great.
Yes.
Summer's heated, man. You know how it is. You know how summer is with O. You coach for him.
Mm-hmm.
It gets heated, man. And
The greatest thing is when they're playing. See who they were playing the summer. It was come down on 7-on-7.
it was Silicaga.
Silicaga.
Yeah, Silicaga.
And these two are in it. I'm talking head coach, OC, getting it, and I'm standing back punching Jerry. And I'm like, this is the best. And I'm trying. Don't video it. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get this on video. So don't video it. And you turn to him and say without missing a beat. He said, "What do you do, Coach A or Coach A?" And you said, "I score a touchdown." And just walked off.
We quote that all the time now.
That's where I got the nickname Tutties, right?
Oh, exactly right, Coach Tutty. That's where we
Coach
brought it up. Actually, I gave you your first nickname.
A-Train. You did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did.
Way back in the day.
You did.
But when I was, Mark let me do OC for the JV, not the JV, yes, I guess the JV stuff.
Yeah.
When he was an 8th grader, he was playing varsity. Every play, what you want? Get it to Alaric! That's my play call, right? And he's tired, man. He's touched about 12 times in a row. He's tapped. Give it to Alaric! He made me look good, man.
We saw a video of you the other night that I don't know if you shared it or Coach O'Brien shared it, but it was when you got a visit from a special coach.
No, you were in Auburn.
Oh, you were in Auburn.
Yeah,
Coach
Malzahn.
It was
a great video.
Really a cool.
Oh
video.
yeah, man. I went back and watched that, man. It's kind of crazy, It's such a flash, Those things you don't really think about them. Like I said, it's just like in season, You don't think about it when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
You go back and you look at things, and you're like, man, that's actually a pretty sweet deal. It's pretty cool, But
that's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, and I really do cherish that that time point in my life, you know. But I've
God's got you on purpose. God, I mean,
yeah, man. I actually just got done reading Ecclesiastes, man, and I'm telling you, it's really good. And it just talks about how like life is pretty much vanity, you know, right? And you have to be just in the moment of wherever you're at, you know, and it's not, I guess, not be content, but be I don't know the right word for this, you know.
Yeah.
But be happy where you're at, right? You know,
content is the word, actually. Yeah,
I think it's a great word. One thing that I think is special about you being a coach, having those experiences.
Yeah.
If you are a parent of a kid that, because let's face it, what is it? 2%.
Oh yeah,
2%.
Yeah,
2%.
Agree.
A parent that has a kid that's in that 2% potentially could be with the right coaches. Now they've got somebody in you that has been to the next level, but also been through that recruiting process, and you can teach them what to expect, how to be recruited, you know, how to be recruitable. Yeah. And I think that's huge.
Right? Yeah, that's huge, and that's a lot of my purpose. I really do believe that. I really do believe like that's my purpose. My purpose is to help these kids go to the next level and give them all the knowledge that was given to me. You know, I think that's my purpose. I really do, and I try to do my best at doing that, you know. And
let's talk about Coach O for a moment, right? Because I think Duke gets a bad rap. I mean, we know him on a personal level. We know who he really is. But people from the outside looking in thinks he's a certain kind of way. He's this, he's that. Man, but that dude, it's my guy. I mean, Mark is tremendous. He's someone that you want praying with you, praying for you. I've been able to. I love the fact that him and Jeff are becoming good friends. Because it's just, you know, you get people like that. I got to surround, because I am who I am.
Yeah.
Because I got to surround myself with people that won't let me go down that road.
Right.
Because I will still go down. Like yesterday, I had to apologize. I was a little angry yesterday. Yeah. Said some stuff on here. But that's why I got to have Mark O'Brien's and Jeff Underwood's and Alaric's in my life, because I will still go down the path.
Same. I was just talking about it earlier. Same.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's tough to do it every day.
But Mark, being who he is, walking in Mark's office and he's asleep, listening to a service, right? Because the brother's always at the office, so lights off or whatever. He's under sleep and listening to a
John
Christian.
Arthur.
Yeah.
We or R.C. Sproul, you know.
We're not talking about Calvinists here on this show today.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let's not even get on that.
Yeah, but having a leader
calls himself Calvinist, and you know John Calvin.
Ask him to spell it.
Does he even know where it originated from?
Don't listen to him.
No,
he doesn't.
He thinks Dallas. That's where he thinks it came from. So having Mark as the head, and you guys are obviously under his umbrella.
Yeah.
What a great example.
Well, man, O's been such a big figure in my life, you know. I was, 12, 13 years old, and the dude's, you know, like almost like a father figure in my life, you know. And it's so special because a lot of the core, like, I guess, morals I stand on are kind of the same core morals he stands on, you know. And it's because it's what works. It's what works, you know. Well, he's got it figured out, and he's very black and white now, and you know a lot of people don't like him because he's very black and white. You know, he is, and if you ever met Betty O'Brien, you see why, right? You know what I mean?
One of my favorite people,
right? You know, and I would rather so much have a guy in front of me telling me, hey, I'm this way and this is what it is, than him to sit there and sugarcoat something with me and lie to me straight to my face or give me the runaround of something else, right? O ain't that guy.
No.
O is going to sit there and say, hey, it's this, and this, and okay.
You don't like it, you don't
right?
like it.
You know what I mean? You choose whichever you like, right? You know, so
one of the greatest conversations I ever had with Miss Betty, having known her probably 4 or 5 months, you know, I'm really close with Caleb. You know, we would go and do something for whatever, and she thanked me for being a good friend to Caleb. Man, he loves you, and I think you're great, Jerry. But don't ever wear that Yankee hat in my house again.
Oh, she's the big Braves fan.
She's the Braves fan, man. I mean, she was serious too. ever wear that Yankee hat in my house again.
Yeah, no, man. Everybody in the family knows, man. Me and her, we used to go at it.
Bro.
We used to go at it so bad. I used to pick with her, but she loved me to death, man. I love that lady. Golly,
Sorry.
But yes, man. You know, and a lot of the morals I have in my life are the same morals he has, and it's been big with me. I like he said on the show the other day, I have been very stubborn in my life, right? It's got me where I'm at today, and and some of it's good, some of it's bad, you know. But I've realized, you know, with my stubbornness, like he always let me choose whatever path I wanted to go down.
He would,
you know, and but he always supported me though, and it's so weird. And when I say that, I don't mean like supporting as in like, hey, giving me this and giving me that. No, it's not that, but it's support, like love support, right? Yeah. He's always giving me guidance, like, you know, hey, you know, that's stupid, man. That's what happens when you do dumb things, right? You know, that's what happens when you do dumb things. But look, hey, well, I mean, I'm still here for you.
And dude,
what do you
never stops praying for you.
No, and sometimes his prayers aren't good because he'll sit there and tell me straight to my face, "Hey, I'm praying that the Lord brings you know, misery in your life, dude." So you can get right on this situation, whatever that situation may be.
And he means it.
And he does mean it. He does mean it. I told him to quit praying for me. He'll tell you. I told him to quit praying for me. I told him that like a year ago. I said, hey, quit praying for me. That's what you're praying. I don't
stop praying for you. Sure. So if you could, a ton of people watch, man, much love. And you'll go back and see some of this stuff. You don't have to have your kid at Coosa to be trained by Alaric.
No.
So let's pitch that a little bit, man. Kids out there want to get to the next level, learn the game, understand whatever sport, get better. Like Alex Hudson's son.
Oh yeah.
You know, Alex is a Glencoe guy, right? But there's a reason that you're training this kid, and people can take advantage of that. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I had this thing, and I just got started with it last year. You know, God actually gave me a vision one day, and I kid you not, I was kind of like, you know, I was scared to do it. You know, I really was. But I went out on a leap of faith, and I did it, and it was really good. It started off really good. I've named it ABBA Athletics. You know,
That's good.
He's got a pretty cool name, right?
Yeah, it's awesome, bro.
I was kidding, but I mean. It's working with the athletic development in this county is so poor. It's so
way
poor,
behind,
man.
yeah.
And you go to places like Atlanta and you see the athletic development there. You go to places like the Birmingham area and you see the athletic development there, South Alabama. But you look at Northeast Alabama, it's awful here, man. You know, like we're so behind, like you say. You know, and when you got teams like I'm going to go on a limb and say it. Yeah. You know, when you got teams like Southside, you know, where I graduated from, and they don't have a lot of talent that comes through there, and they're in the 5A, 6A classification. It's going to be hard to compete. Mm-hmm. It's going to be really hard to compete, right? When you got teams like Glencoe, you know, in the 3A, 4A classification. It's going to be hard to compete. Yeah. These kids have got to get developed, man.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere around here that's doing it, right?
Well, it's not like some of these kids don't have talent.
It's not the talent.
They don't understand.
They're not getting developed.
Exactly.
They're not getting developed.
And that's what
you know. You have to really spend time with these kids and develop them. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a process. Everything's a process. For us to get our kids where they're at, playing at the level that they play at, Coach Whitmire will tell you when he's on this show one day, it's been a process, man. It's been a huge process. You know, Coach O'Brien said it many times on here.
When you got people that have the talent, it's like a Christian. You can be saved, you can be born again, but not be who you're called to be, or purposed to be. I tell people all the time, they'll say some stupid remark to me like, I don't have to go to church to be a Christian. And I said, no, you don't, but you have to go to church to be a good one. Yeah. And it's the same way with training athletes. You've got to get in somewhere too. You've got this skill, but now let me develop that for you. Now let me show you how to utilize that. Yeah. We were watching Derrick Henry training just the other day, and it's incredible. Yeah. The strength. Obviously, you see him; he's training strength, but he was training with agility drills and balance and mobility, and it's incredible. He's engaging every part of his body because he's been trained to do it.
And you have to do those. You have to do those type of athletic movements. Yes. You have to, you know, and you have to train hard like that. You know, it's the only way you're going to be.
You don't have to have a parachute to jump out of an airplane, but it helps.
Come on,
just saying.
What? How can they contact you? Because I've got a kid. If I can get him motivated enough, he's really good at baseball. Very good. He's really good. Jerry knows he's next level good. But he loves hunting. He loves fishing. He'd rather be out in a duck blind, right?
I understand.
He's young country.
Yeah,
right?
I understand.
don't know where he gets that from.
I understand.
But if I could get him motivated, how does a parent reach out to you and say, I'd like you to talk to my kid?
Yeah, so you can simply just add me on Facebook. My name's hard to spell and hard to pronounce, but it's Alaric and Williams. So you can just reach to me on Facebook Messenger. You can do it that way. I have a page on Facebook, Alba Athletics. You can go in there, follow the page, send me a message through there. Instagram. I don't use Instagram much. I've actually tried to stay off social media a lot. Unless it's just for professional reasons. So those are the main two ways you can reach me. It's Facebook and on my regular page, and then on my Ab Athletics page. So
You got April Davis tuning in.
yeah, oh, she's awesome.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
As many camps you've been to, she could be able to train some athletes. Right?
Hey, y'all want to know a go-getter? That's a go-getter.
You ain't kidding.
If you see what she does for Tyson,
Yeah.
you would
Talk
be
about an athlete.
Oh, that dude.
What's his potential?
His ceiling, Iron Minds. Let's just say that. He's potentially could be Iron Minds.
Yeah.
No joke. I train him. Trust me on that.
Well, my wife is his assistant principal, and she says if he's not an athlete, she said he could be doctor, lawyer, president. She said he's brilliant.
I mean, I've never seen a kid who just wins at every single phase in life.
But look how hard he works at every single phase of life.
true.
The dude's he was always working with Trent and Jay, all the older kids, right? He wanted to compete against them, and it's so funny. Like, I remember I was talking to April or Tommy. Well, I can't remember, but Trent had a 3-touchdown game or something, right? And the next day, Tyson had a 4-touchdown game, right? And he's talking trash to Trent.
Oh, yeah.
He's competitive.
Yeah, he's competitive now. He don't like to lose.
What a dude.
He don't like to lose. And April will tell you, we've been working on that right there.
Great family.
Yeah,
Great
awesome,
family,
awesome.
man.
And that dude, that kid, he's at church every Sunday. We're in the same church.
Yeah, I remember,
Sunday.
when he got baptized, sent the video out,
man.
right? That's
He's got it
incredible.
figured out. He's got it figured
But
out.
here's the thing. If he doesn't do the right things, you think his parents going to let him play ball? You think if his grades aren't right, his parents are going to let him play ball?
No.
They do it right.
Yeah.
It's, what happens when when kids get out of the house, they ain't got no control over where they're in that house.
Sure.
And their kids are going to, and I'm not saying that their kids are out running amok. It's not what I'm saying. I just know that while they're there, they're going to do it right.
Well,
great parents.
His dad's a coach, Tom's a coach, and then you got April, and April's I ain't saying, when I say dude, I don't mean like she's a dude, right? She's a lady, but she's a dude, man. She's a go-getter, man. And me, and Teddy were talking about her the other day. Like, it's impressive that she's a go-getter. They went to a camp in Atlanta, I think 2 weeks ago, and she's up at 4 o'clock taking them, 2 hours away to get to this camp and ball out. And I think he was one of the top performers there. And
he's always performing against older kids.
Yeah, it's like 200 kids there. There's literally like 200 kids. I think the camp ended up making like almost a $250,000 or a little over $250,000. I mean, just the camp. That goes to show you how many kids are there. You're right. And
stupid.
He was one of the top performers there. But she's a go-getter. And you're right. Awesome family. Family.
Humble kid too, man. That smile.
Yeah. But
Tyson.
Coach O'Brien, right? I want to say something.
Yeah.
He gets on to me about, talking about that choking situation in Spring Garden my first year, right?
Yeah, I remember that story.
You remember that, playoffs? Mm-hmm. He gets on to me about that, but I want you to ask him. I want you to ask him about Gatlinburg Pittman.
Ooh. That
same year when he's sitting there telling our guys we're going to lose 45-0, blah, blah, blah. We can't play with these guys, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, y'all want to talk about getting into it. We got into it that week. I'll probably take Coach Whitmire and tell you. Hey, you'll have to ask him about that. It's hilarious.
Is that the same week that there was a bear in the back of one of y'all's truck?
Yes. No. I don't know.
Yeah, so I remember a video. They're up there in Gatlinburg getting ready to play Pittman, and there's a big black bear. Maybe it was in.
I believe so.
It was in one of their trucks. A big
believe
black bear. It's in the bed of the truck. Sorry.
That was at the 44.6 minute mark. So just make sure you show Coach over that.
But anyways, we go on to go up there, right? And
awesome.
man, we're sitting there. We're actually playing with these guys. You know, they would be considered like a 5A
What a
in
program.
Alabama, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, they were loaded. They had 4 or 5 D1ers on that team. But I told her, I said, we can play with these guys, and we got in a big argument. I mean, a big argument over something. It was over something stupid too. I think it may have been over a drag or a shallow or something crazy like that. I think there was that week we were arguing about that. But man, we go up there and we play with them, and he's just so shell shocked. You know what I mean? He didn't say a peep on that headset. Didn't say a peep on the headset
Crickets.
the whole entire game.
Yeah.
So talk about him being quiet on that one next time he's on the show.
He'll be on there. And we're excited to have you back on as we progress. We want to talk about what's going on, and now 2A football. I mean, a lot to talk about coming up. So we'll have to get you on a lot more. We'll have Teddy next. Yeah, Teddy be next.
Do it.
Good deal, Coach Alaric Williams. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all are awesome.